You can read more about many of the stories featured on today's show in the June issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine, available at our advertisers' locations and online at mohawkvalleyliving.com. The Steet Ponte Auto Group in Herkimer and Yorkville and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. June is busting out all over, and we're going to be starting our trip today right here in the heart of New Hartford in Bognors, surrounded by these incredible flowers, so stay tuned.
June seems to be the month when everything's in bloom, and here in New Hartford, Blooms by Bognor is an annual tradition. The greenhouse here and at their Pleasant Street location in Utica are part of a family tradition that started over 130 years ago.
It started in 1885 when Joseph and Anna Bognor emigrated from Hamburg, Germany, to begin their new life in the United States. They settled in beautiful Utica, New York, and they grew vegetables. It started out as a truck farm which provided all the local supermarkets, grocery stores at that time with their produce. They were very famous for their strawberries. Everyone knew Bognor strawberries. We grow all of our own. We order in just a few specialty items, but 99% of the product that you see in our greenhouses is grown by Stephen Bognor. And we love the business. You have to love it because the plants don't know that it's Saturday or Sunday. It's a 7-day-a-week job.
Well, it's under my nails and it's under my collar and it shows on my Sunday clothes. Well, I do my best with the soap and the water, but the darn old third one go. Here we go. When I pass through the pearly gates, my gown be gold instead, but just a red clay rose and a red clay wings and a red clay halo for my head.
In the June issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine, Oneida County historian Brian Howard wrote about Utica's Bailey and Bone Company. We stop in to talk to him about why he thinks it's worth remembering.
Bailey and Bone wasn't really unique in that it was it was really special when it came to Utica's industry and history, but it was really indicative of what made the economy around here tick during the early 1900s. That's what I found appealing about profiling the company. They were established in 1898, right at the end of the horse and buggy era, and really made a lot of money by getting involved early on in the modification of automobiles. In particular, they built truck bodies for so many different manufacturers, and Bailey and Bone's work was in evidence all around Oneida County and the greater Mohawk Valley. Seems like every business that has a shipping truck, from fuel suppliers to apple haulers, had a Bailey and Bone modified vehicle in their fleet. That's what I found really fascinating, was the number of companies that invested in Bailey and Bone to modify their vehicles. They didn't manufacture vehicles themselves, but they modified vehicles and had a big impact on the community's ability to engage in commerce. And again, they weren't really anything that I would call special or unique, other than the fact that they told a great story. That company told a great story about Utica's history and industry during the early part of the 20th century. Fortunately, the Historical Society has a pretty large archive of images, and during the course of my research, I found that Utica's No. 4 Fire Department, which is now Bognor Electric, was located right next to Bailey and Bone. I knew we had a lot of photographs of Utica's fire department history, so I went right into our archive, checked out the No. 4 Fire Department, and lo and behold, there was the Bailey and Bone building in the background.
Just as sure as the Mohawk rolls along, I'll never be alone.
Don't forget that you can read Mohawk Valley Living magazine on your smartphone or tablet. It's also a great way to share the Mohawk Valley with friends and relatives outside the area.
what you take to give. It's here I wanna live. Oh, I'm making this valley my own.
The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull. Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meats, homemade breads, and fresh pastas and salads. Check out the weekly specials at Melrose Supermarket, East Main Street in Frankfort. Birkenstock, made in Germany, tradition since 1774. Available in New Hartford at Carraz Shoes in the New Hartford Shopping Center.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
We love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
A final gift to celebrate and thank your pet for years of joy. Forget-Me-Not Pet Memorialization and Cremation Services by Yakovotzy Funeral Home provides immediate response and dignified aftercare services for your pet. Call 219-5602. Design it your way at Adirondack Furniture. Whether you're looking for furniture for your bedroom, living room, or dining room, you get to choose your style, wood type, finish, fabric, and hardware. American Made gives you the freedom of choice. Shop Adirondack Furniture for the best quality and price for solid wood furniture made in the USA. Ask about 0% financing and free delivery. Adirondack Furniture, Riverside Center, North Utica, and online at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com. Let the Village Crossing help you put it all together this summer with fun, easy-to-wear dresses and comfortable and colorful shoes and accessories at the Village Crossing, West Park Row in Clinton. North Star Orchards is open for the season. The greenhouse is full of potted plants, annuals, and vegetables, and outside you'll find perennials, trees, shrubs, and topsoil. The bakery's open too, with fresh pies, cookies, breads, and muffins at North Star Orchards, Route 233, Westmoreland.
I came rolling down the hill, down into the Mohawk Valley. Train pulled into Union Station. One passenger was I who chose to stay.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible. We head back to New Hartford and over to the Crossroads Plaza to a Moveable Feast. If you remember the Alexander Hamilton Inn, then you probably remember the former owner, Patrick O'Connor. He's still busy with catering, but they also offer takeout or delivery lunch and dinner service.
Well, actually, we came to this location 5 years ago. People think we just do catering, but we do over-the-counter meals to go, pans of food to go, lunch and dinner. Just call in, give us about 45 minutes notice, and we'll have it ready for you. Everything's in microwavable containers, and you can take it and go. A lot of it is our menus that we used to have at the Alexander Hamilton Inn. It's just, reformatted so that you can take it with you. If you want specialty items done, you can bring in your own pans. We'll cook it in your pans so you can take it home. You can pick it up either cold with cooking instructions or pick it up hot and ready to go.
If you enjoy fine homemade cooking, but don't have the time to prepare or cook it yourself, you can order lunch or dinner to go. Check out the daily menu online at amoveablefeastbyoconnors.com. Call 768-7037 for a Moveable Feast. The June issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine has a guide to local miniature golf. We checked out an old mini golf place in Marcy with a new look and a new name. Mini Falls Miniature Golf is a classic style mini golf course with some modern updates, including a new snack bar and the new sport of foot golf.
Well, this
business here specifically has been over 2 decades here in the area. My wife and I, this is our 3rd summer taking over the place, and during that time we haven't touched too much of the cosmetics, the bones of it, but we've added our own little special touch to it, switched up the course, added a few things, so we're kind of putting our own little spin on it. We got a lot of things in store for the future as well.
Mini Falls Miniature Golf and Foot Golf is located at 9411 Maynard Drive in Marcy, and you can find them on Facebook. Read about local miniature golf and check out our mini golf guide in the June issue of MVL magazine. We head east on Route 5 to Schuyler and the newly expanded Giuliano's Greenhouse and Farm Market. The farm has been in the Giuliano family for 3 generations, but in just the last 2 years, Joe Giuliano has added a large hydroponic basil operation, and this year, he and his wife Debbie have added a farm market and bakery to the farm's offerings.
My grandparents were in the truck gardening. They had 7 children, and my father was one of them on the farm, and they were all together on the farm years ago, and then there was too many of them on the farm, so some of them had to leave because they couldn't really support the whole family. So my father ventured off in the trucking business. And he was in the trucking business, tractor trailers, for 30 years. And one day after that, we just put up a little greenhouse, and we grew a few geraniums and a few marigolds, and we grew a few acres of produce on a couple 3 acres, and before you know it, we were growing 10 acres, and we had acquired some wholesale trade, and we put up another greenhouse, and we started retailing, and we've grown ever since. We grow about 120 acres of produce, which we cut down this year a little bit. We're growing about maybe 90 this year. And we cut it back and we did more of a retail operation because it's a little bit more controlled with all the weather risk today. And we're not 20 years old anymore. And we were spread out a little bit too much. But we grow about 80 or 90 acres of sweet corn, peppers, tomatoes. We grow the whole 9 yards, all the squashes, the cucumbers, strawberries, and we're going to focus more on taking care of our local guys and let the out-of-town trade go wholesale-wise, and focus on a retail where we can enjoy the public more and be more home, than scattered all over.
Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home.
Visit the Fenimore Art Museum's new exhibition, Maxfield Parrish, The Art of Light and Illusion. Enjoy 45 rarely seen original paintings, sketches, and fantastic prints by one of America's most popular 20th century artists. Marvel at his magical fairy tale images and idyllic landscapes. The Fenimore Art Museum overlooking Otsego Lake in Cooperstown. Great American art in a beautiful setting.
For more information, visit FenimoreArtMuseum.org.
The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. This summer, celebrate big in Little Falls. Third Thursday street festivals are filled with food, shopping, and live music. Upcoming dates are June 18th and July 16th. Mark your calendars for the first annual Little Falls Cheese Festival on July 11th and the 28th annual Canal Celebration August 10th through 16th. Celebrate big in Little Falls this summer.
Welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the shops at 25 West. Come on in and browse thousands of unique items that change on a daily basis. Shop for yourself or for someone else. We're open every day from 10 to 5. We look forward to your visit here at historic Canal Place in Little Falls.
Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
Few places bring the past and present together like the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown. Recently named one of the top 10 places where history comes to life by Good Morning America. Each weekend, costumed actors portray 19th century characters. Learn from knowledgeable interpreters. Ride the Empire State Carousel. Visit animals on the working farm.
There's fun for the whole family.
Step back in time at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown, New York.
There's a place on down the road, just over the hill past the maple grove. Down by the road, just a little ways, that's where we all used to play. Moss-covered rocks, water that's freezing, warm summer breeze, it sure is pleasing. Sun shining through the white birch trees, we're just doing as we please.
At this point in your garden, you're seeing that a lot of the spaces are being filled. It's time to stake up some of the things that are taller. The tomatoes are getting taller, maybe some of the cucumbers and pickles that could be elevated. You always be looking at getting them up so they dry off and so you don't have the funguses and some of the problems when they stay wet a little too long. But also keep in mind that it's a good time to start weeding out some of those plants that you put with good intentions that have crowded up too much. Makes plenty of space and that'll help keep them dry. But then also you can be planting some secondary crops. You can put more cucumbers, more zucchini, more of any of those short germinating crops you can start now. And don't forget, because that'll prolong your garden season right into the fall.
From Schuyler, we head north of Rome to Turin Road to the Photo Shop and Fusion Art and Gift Gallery. The business relocated here just over a year ago, and besides offering portrait and framing services, they have a gift shop and art gallery. This month, the gallery features the 11th annual photography show, judged by none other than local Adirondack Life photographer Bob Lubeck.
And our vision was to have a gallery room so we can actually have oncoming artists come and go. And then also part of the store was going to be for artists to rent little spaces for so they can sell their merchandise and their goods and stuff. We were on James Street, and then we changed our business a bit and we're over here, and it's been wonderful. It's a lot of nice walk-in traffic, and people are seeing the framing, and we're getting a lot of custom framing and stuff like that, and they're just loving the art gallery, and we have a little bit of antiques that they love too. Yeah, they're having a grand time. It's nice to see people just shopping and having fun.
The 11th annual photography show is up through the month of June at the Photo Shop and Fusion Art Gallery. Be sure to get a copy of Mohawk Valley Living magazine every month and check out our monthly gallery guide to local art galleries, art openings, and open studios. Right across the street from the Photo Shop is Plan B. If you're a serious camper, hiker, or just want to be prepared, this is your go-to camping and emergency preparedness supply store. You'll find lanterns, backpacks, emergency kits, dehydrated food supplies, water filtration, and fire starters. Plan B is located at 8585 Upper Turin Road in Rome.
There's a place in my memory where I drift back to now.
For lunch, we travel about 15 miles north of Utica, up Route 8 to the Coyahora Valley and the village of Newport.
Smell the wild flowers growing.
On Main Street, we visit a former tourist home, the Main Street Ristorante and Gift Shop, where we're greeted by owners Kim and Ryan DeFaria and their helpful parents. This popular destination is known for their food and service, and also for their Primitives gift shop located inside the restaurant.
Well, years ago, it was the Colonial Home for Tourists, and after that, the American Legion housed this building for many years, and then we bought it in 1995, and we opened as a restaurant. We sided the building, we fixed it up, we did the interior, all primitive, and everything that we decorated with, our customers, a lot of our customers love that. So we opened a gift shop, and the gift shop is open the same hours as the restaurant, and it's doing very well. I went to Johnson & Wales University in Bristol, Rhode Island. I got a culinary degree. I worked in restaurants, nursing homes, schools, and then I decided to move to my hometown and open a restaurant with my husband, and we've been here 20 years.
The Main Street Ristorante and Gift Shop is open for lunch and dinner Wednesday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Main Street in Newport. If you're visiting Newport on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, be sure to stop in at the Newport History Center, open from 1 to 4. The local historians are always busy, but never too busy to spend some time sharing interesting facts about the area, like the story of inventor Linus Yale and his famous lock factory located here in Newport.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see what we can see. It's time.
When planning your family's future, turn to the principles of the past. Turn to Turnbull. Turnbull Insurance Service is an independent agency representing the most dependable companies for all your insurance needs, as well as complete financial planning and wealth management. Call today for a free assessment. Do something about your chronic pain. InterX therapy can be the answer to your post-surgical or sports injury rehabilitation or chronic neuropathic pain. Call Dr. Michael Tucciarone at 853-6225 for non-invasive InterX therapy. For Mother's Day or Memorial Day, trust M&M Monument Maintenance of Clayville to make your family's memorial look like new, with cleaning, leveling, and annual planting. Call 316-6092 or find M&M Monument on Facebook. Come explore the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center, featuring over 40 vendors of antiques and vintage items. You'll also find all your garden needs, like mulch, perennials, trees, muck boots, bird baths, and more, at the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center on Main Street in Newport. When you shop Mealan's Market, you'll be the grill master. That's because every hot dog, beef patty, and sausage is made by Bob Mealan himself. Find everything for your next cookout, from store-made meats to fresh salads and tabbouleh, at Mealan's Market at the Four Corners in Clark Mills.
I, R.A. Dudrak, the Window King, invite you to visit our showroom in Holland Patent, or we'll come to your home by appointment. We've been installing replacement windows for over 45 years. Keep your palace cool in the summer and warm in the winter by adding new windows. Many styles and selections to choose from. Bay, bow, garden, and double hung, single hung, and slider windows. The Window King also introduces color replacement windows. So take a short drive to R.A. Dudrak, Holland Patent, and tell them the Window King sent you.
Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. Visit Brenda's Natural Foods in their brand new, bigger location, right down the street at 236 West Dominic Street in Rome. Brenda's Natural Foods. Something good and a lot of it.
Big one walking down the avenue. He thought a while he was on his way. Here comes a big one strolling down the avenue.
While you're in Newport, plan an escape to the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center. Owner Mark Wagner has brought his amazing garden plants down from the hills of Little Falls to the beautiful banks of the West Canada Creek. They are the perfect complement to the popular vendor mall, where people enjoy discovering affordable treasures.
Well, we purchased it it was a vendor mall. So right now we have about 45 to 47 vendors. And we left that. We just shuffled people around, opened up the aisles, and we started remodeling parts and bits and pieces of the building. You have to empty something out, and then we moved a new person in there, or an older existing person in there. And it's been a nice merger. It's some great stuff. The price points are great. It's an eclectic mix of people. Well, we're on the West Canada river or creek, and it's a beautiful spot. And back of us, most people never knew there was water back there, which is amazing, right? And but it's a lovely spot. It's like a nice little sliver that we're on up here, but it's right on Route 28, and so it's pretty busy. But I mean, in back, it's very peaceful, quiet. You got the geese, the loons, all that kind of stuff going on. So it's pretty interesting. It's so beautiful back there. We want to get people back there. So I mean, it'd be nice to. We have all these all these glass windows back there, so people can actually see the water now. We've got it opened up more, And I think let's get some gardens back there. Let's get some fun stuff. Let's get some edibles back there. Let's get some fruit trees back there. Show people we can grow this stuff here. You know, we are limited. We are, you know, it's a cold zone. I think last year proved that. But I think we can get some fun stuff back there for people. If you can show it to them and they can actually see it, that's the whole key.
Education.
You know, education, exactly. And you learn your zone. Last year we learned that we were in a zone 5. We were in zone 4 for sure, right? Yep. -30 and so on and so forth. And it was a long, long winter. But, you know, plants are resilient, things are coming back, and I think now that we got the rain, it's going to make everything really explode, you know, so.
The Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center is open 7 days a week from 9 to 6 at 7583 Main Street in Newport. Check them out on Facebook. It has been a while since we have visited our friends Tim and Peggy in Coldbrook. So we head up Route 8 and over to Shawangunk Road to the Shawangunk Nature Preserve. Tim and Peggy Spencer Barrett have lived here in harmony with nature since 1974. They invite us into their little cabin in the woods for some tea.
41 years, and we came out here to create a reality that made our life seem worthwhile.
And what was going on in the world, and what was the inspiration for this idea?
Well, I'm a minister and a counselor, and I was hearing confessions from vets from Vietnam, and I just couldn't handle it after a while, so we thought maybe we can create an example of gentleness, not only to each other, but to the earth. And fortunately, we were able to pull it off. We now have 516 acres that are treated with total reverence. Yeah, Peggy grows a lot of our vegetables, and then she grows all of our mint. We drink mint tea every day, and it really helps on the grocery budget. I was raised very middle class. This is nothing against the middle class or upper class. It's just that I like doing things myself. I like cutting my own wood. I like building my own house. I like getting my water from the stream. I have a little fish that comes in when I go down to get my water bucket, and he comes up and says hello as far as I'm concerned. And I give him a little oatmeal. So it's a nice, intimate lifestyle with the earth.
You can call to register for Saturday workshops at Shawangunk, 826-7405. And be sure to read Peggy's memoirs every month in Mohawk Valley Living magazine.
Well, the boys want to dance with the girls from the city, but they don't care to dance with me. Well, it's not my fault if the fields are muddy and the red clay stains my feet. But when I pass through the pearly gates, my gown be gold instead, or just red clay robes and red clay wings and red clay halos for my head.
Honey, I got to know you. Ain't got no money, but I got plenty to show you. Honey, honey, meet me on the river road. Chichi Raposo got a head like a beam. He steers a T-bird like